Okay, so I don't think it'll be an easy fight for Jack, but I believe in Jack. I think he's got that X factor. He's got that hunger there. You know, he's got the ticker, and you know, just like with Bilal, just like with Burns before, I think he can do the impossible
for us, you know, and other coaches. This is not an easy task. This is a very dangerous individual, and we better come at it correctly. Otherwise, we're going to come out looking. What next? There is no next. You gotta climb back.
А так просто. Почему Хабиб так говорит? Потому что это для нас какой-то новый шаг, новый вес. Перепрыгивать. Ну, мы так не делали раньше, чтобы с нижнего веса наверх перепрыгивать. Потому что по-любому уже другая подготовка, спарринг, партнеры другие. Много чего приходится менять сейчас. И это все так по ходу.
Top fighters are sharing their thoughts on the upcoming clash between Islam Makhachev and Jack Della Maddalena, offering predictions on how the fight might play out. Robert Whittaker was among those praising Della Maddalena, highlighting the Australian's rapid improvement and lethal finishing ability. He emphasized that Jack's strength lies not only in his wide range of skills, but also in his ability to use them at precisely the right moment. According to Whittaker, Della Maddalena's killer instinct becomes most evident when opponents lose composure, whether by rushing in recklessly or freezing under pressure.
Okay, so I don't think it'll be an easy fight for Jack, but I believe in Jack. I think he's got that X factor. He's got that hunger there. You know, he's got the ticker, and you know, just like with Bilal, just like with Burns before, I think he can do the impossible.
Alexander Volkanovski, who has faced Islam Makhachev twice, shared his perspective by emphasizing the importance of the mental game. He explained that Jack Della Maddalena, after defeating a former champion, now carries a level of confidence that could transform the way he performs under pressure. Volkanovski believes this self-belief can make Jack fight like an entirely different athlete. However, he also noted that Islam's calm, disciplined style often frustrates aggressive opponents and forces them out of their rhythm. Volkanovski also commented on Jack Della Maddalena's physical size and how that could influence the fight. He acknowledged that while Islam is already incredibly tough physically, someone like Della Maddalena brings the weight and power to push back harder than most opponents. Volkanovski feels this dynamic makes the matchup more intriguing than it might appear on paper. However, he cautioned that size alone cannot determine the outcome of the fight.
He's just like he's not the tallest, but he's just dead thick everywhere. So you know, Islam, he's going to be decent size even for welterweight, but he might notice a bit of a difference in size there, especially with the pressure that Jack will bring. You know, that weight behind his pressure, when you're coming forward and all that, it's just hard to to get that person on the back foot, because you know, Jack, he won't do it, especially with his size and his confidence in his pressure.
Charles Oliveira, who knows Islam Makhachev's game well from experience, issued a serious warning to Jack Della Maddalena. Oliveira explained Islam has a unique ability to shut down creative strikers, forcing them into suffocating and uncomfortable fights. This method has even broken down some of the best fighters in the sport. While Oliveira acknowledged Della Maddalena's impressive striking, he cautioned that Islam's relentless pressure, positional control, and ruthless approach could gradually wear him down. Daniel Cormier also weighed in, focusing on the wrestling aspect of the matchup. He explained that Islam Makhachev's chain grappling and positional control could quickly drag Jack Della Maddalena into deep waters. While Cormier respected Della Maddalena's striking power, he emphasized that Islam never allows opponents space to breathe. Once Makhachev gets his arms around you, Cormier said, it stops feeling like a fight and turns into a slow drowning process.
I'm going to have to 1,000,000% agree with Khabib. I think this is our toughest test, and this is Khabib, and my biggest responsibility is to make sure we get Islam on tip-top shape and ready to do what we think and we believe he will do, and that's win. But it's not going to be easy. And if we make it look easy, it's because we were properly prepared, and Jack just happened to give us what we needed. But this is by no means
Mendes also praised Jack Della Maddalena's unpredictable style, describing him as quick, powerful, and intelligent with his attacks. At times, Jack relies heavily on his clean boxing, while at other moments, he mixes in a brawling approach, making him extremely difficult to prepare for. As Mendes explained, the real challenge is not knowing which version of Della Maddalena will show up on fight night. To handle that uncertainty, their camp is training Islam for every possible scenario.
We're cut out for us, and other coaches. This is not an easy task. This is a very dangerous individual, and we better come at it correctly. Otherwise, we're going to come out looking, what next? There is no next. You got to climb back to life.
Mendes also pointed out why this fight is different from Jack Della Maddalena's bout with Belal Muhammad. Unlike that matchup, Islam has had the full time to prepare with a smart, detailed gameplay. In addition, Mendes emphasized that Islam is the stronger grappler with proven control and dominance on the ground.
What I looked at Belal is, he stuck just to primarily one thing, was more the stand-up. And with Islam, I've always told everybody, we can switch him second for second, minute for minute, round for round. So whatever Khabib and I and the other coaches need to do, we will do, and Islam will follow our instructions. He always has. I mean, if there's one thing I can always say about Islam is that no matter what I say, Khabib says we're on the same track, we're not on the same track, he listens.
Mendes also spoke about the physical strength Jack Della Maddalena brings to the fight. He describes Jack's jab as powerful, his counters as sharp and fast, and his body shots as punishing. He also noted that Jack's use of elbows can cause serious cuts, potentially shifting the momentum of a fight in an instant.
I think what makes JDM so dangerous, number one, he's unbeaten for quite a while. Yep. He's had quite a long win streak, and the fact that this guy mixes it up extremely well. He goes to the body, to the head. He doesn't just stick head hunting. He mixes that all up. He goes body, punch, boom, and then all of a sudden a kick comes. And with him, his takedown defense is really, really good also. So we are not in a situation where we can think, we're going to go to the ground, and no, we got to see what he's going to give us, and we have to. We're going to have to make him give us something, because I don't know if he's going to. He's really that good.
Khabib Nurmagomedov also shared his thoughts on the matchup. He acknowledged that Jack Della Maddalena is extremely dangerous and not an opponent Islam can afford to take lightly. While Khabib is firmly backing Islam, as always, he warned that Jack possesses knockout power and sharp timing. He advised Islam to fight carefully and stick to the game plan without mistakes, stressing that even a single lapse could end the fight. In Khabib's view, this may be the toughest challenge of Islam's UFC career so far. And that is not a statement he makes lightly.
Что Мадалена самый сложный соперник в Ислама карьере. Мое мнение. Ни Чарльз, никто. Ни один из этих бойцов.
И даже не Илья, если бы это бой был бы.
Мое личное мнение, во-первых, Мадалена 2 раза больше, чем Илья.
Сопоставим.
Илья. Он 2 раза больше. Он выше, больше, ноги помощнее, корпус, бокс не хуже. И грэпплинг он возится очень хорошо, если вы смотрели. Для меня, если я буду готовить Ислама против Илья или Маддалены, для меня больше будет волновать и волнует.
Islam Makhachev himself agreed with Khabib's warning, noting that the biggest danger comes from Jack Della Maddalena being so new to the division. Since Jack has not yet faced many of the other top contenders, there is little to accurately measure his true level against. That unpredictability, Islam explained, makes him a risky opponent because it's difficult to prepare for something you haven't fully seen before.
А так просто... Почему Khabib так говорит? Потому что это для нас какой-то новый шаг, новый вес. Перепрыгивать. Мы так не делали раньше, чтобы с нижнего веса наверх перепрыгивать. Потому что по-любому уже другая подготовка, спарринг, партнеры другие. Много чего приходится менять сейчас. И это все так.
Islam also has support from fighters like Dustin Poirier. Having shared the octagon with Islam himself, Poirier openly expressed that he hopes Islam wins against Jack Della Maddalena. He believes Islam's grappling is simply too strong and his dominance too overwhelming for Jack to handle. According to Poirier, Islam's style of control leaves opponents with little room to mount any meaningful offense, which is why he's backing him in this matchup.
How does he do against JDM?
Islam at any weight does great. At 170 is going to be an adjustment, but Islam, he's going to settle into the 170 weight class fine. JDM is a terror, man. His hands, his ability to go head and body. It's a tough fight for anybody. I think Islam wins it.
Another fighter, Carlos Braza, also showed respect for Islam Makhachev's kill shot. At the same time, Henry Cejudo warned fans not to underestimate Jack Della Maddalena. For Cejudo, this fight highlights that while Islam is the clear favorite, Jack is by no means an easy matchup. His warning added extra weight to the underdog's chances in this highly anticipated clash. Paddy Pimblett also shared his reaction, supporting Islam, but raising new questions about the future. He wondered what might happen to the lightweight division if Islam decides to move up to welterweight after this fight. That possibility sparked new conversations about who could claim the title next, which contenders might rise, and how the entire division could shift. Pimblett's comments reminded fans that this fight is not just about the two men stepping into the cage, but also about the ripple effects it could have across two divisions.
Takedown defense there, but Islam's a different beast, isn't he? So we'll have to see how his strength transfers up to welterweight. Main card, UFC probably won't be too happy with that, like 4 fights went to decision, but there were some good fights in there. The main event was better than I expected it was going to be, to be honest. Jack Della, new champ, he'll be fighting Islam next, I think. Let's see what happens in my division now. Who ends up fighting for the belt and who ends up getting the belt could have big implications for my career.
Some fans, however, expressed concern that the fight might turn out to be dull, similar to the recent matchup between Chimaev and Duplessis. Charles Sonnen strongly disagreed with those fears, insisting that Islam Makhachev never allows boring fights because he always brings relentless pressure and dominance. Sonnen promised this clash would be high-level and entertaining, with both fighters forced to push themselves to the limit. His words reassured fans that the lightweight title bout would not disappoint, but instead deliver the kind of action and fireworks that a major championship fight deserves.
What fight has Islam ever taken somebody down and controlled them similar to the way Chimaev did to Dricus? Where have you seen that? Where? I'm trying to bring a fight to my attention. Islam didn't have a very hard time taking Charles down. With that said, they only hit the ground twice. With that said, the fight was finished, which you all swear you love so much, the finishing of a fight. You swear that you love it, and that one was finished inside about 7.5 minutes. Like, where is it that wrestling got this great resurgence? And when is it that Islam got pulled into the wrestling?
So, who do you think comes out on top? Islam Makhachev or Jack Della Maddalena? Drop your predictions in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more fight breakdown and analysis.